Hi, welcome back to I Found a Fox. I thought I'd drop in here. I'm in my workspace, but I wanted to talk to you and just show you a new tarot deck that I got. And I also just wanted to say how much I enjoyed Jessica and the Moon, it is now, Jessica and the Moon's last video, where she talked about some insights that she gleaned from her depth year. I also did the depth year back in 2019, along with Jessica and her little group that she formed around that. And it was a really, really interesting experiment for me, and I learned a lot from it as well. One of the things that I learned from doing the depth year was that I remember now that it wasn't a very unusual thing for me to live life like that. Now, I'm not saying that to be, to say I'm better than anybody else, because I do things simply, and I'm what I really wanted to say was that it made me realize that I can be quite blinkered. So I go the opposite. I become very obsessed with things and become quite blinkered by them. And I also, what I got from listening to Jessica talk this time around that was so helpful for me too, is I also realized I can be quite punitive in the way that I treat myself and what I allow myself to have and not have in my life. And that can become quite restrictive. And it can also lead to being judgmental as well. And I don't like that. That's a shadow that I really, really am playing with and looking at a lot, and have been for the last, well, it's always there. It's always something that I work on, because I do have those fairly strong left-wing politics, and sometimes they do make me pretty judgy and a bit unfair. So I don't like that about myself. And I think the depth here and Jessica's reflections on it have really helped me to shed even more light on that shadow side of myself, where I am, my partner's often saying I'm such a Protestant. I have that Protestant work ethic, and also that Protestant, we talk about Catholic guilt, but there's that Protestant guilt with me too, about, everything has to be, I can't be too flamboyant and oh, did I spend some money? Or did I, I'm not a tight ass or anything, but I don't know, I tend to be fairly cautious about a lot of things when it comes to allowing myself to have treats and allowing myself to, from what my perspective, to splurge. I can be very kind of austere in my thinking, and then that's come into my adventures with tarot, and that's what Jessica talks about. I'll link her channel down below. She talks about, how we allow ourselves to have certain things and certain things we don't allow ourselves to have. So, for instance, since I've been learning the tarot, I've been really strict. There's that word. I've been really strict on myself in terms of how many tarot decks I'm allowed. And I've only allowed myself one. So I've been, learning the tarot now for about, I don't know, it's probably about 4 years, maybe. I don't know, 4 or 5 years that I've been toying with it. And I made a conscious decision right at the beginning to only allow myself to have the Rider-Waite deck to begin with. And it wasn't just because I was being strict and I was being, a minimalist or anything. I'm certainly not a minimalist, but it was because I felt that if I had too many tarot decks, I'd get too bamboozled and I'd get pulled off course and I would get confused. So, and that's kind of true. I do think that it was good that I held out until now. That I held out and limited myself to one tarot deck while I was learning. I did, however, allow myself to have multiple oracle decks. So they're my little sort of bit of crack on the side, is the oracle decks. Again, I don't have stacks of them. And again, I've been quick at moving them on. If I don't relate to them and I don't feel a strong relationship forming with them, I've quickly sent them on their way. So I still only have maybe half a dozen oracle decks, but the ones that I do have, I do genuinely love and get great comfort from and great connection from. So that's where I'm at with the tarot. So Rider-Waite-Smith has been my go-to, and I'm smiling because it was the very first deck that I bought, and then a couple of years into my witchy adventure, word got around in my family that mum's into witchy stuff, so if you want to get her something for Christmas, just go to Spellbox in Melbourne and buy anything in there and it will be appropriate. And so my son, my eldest son, who'll be 30 this year, he went in there and he bought a Rider-Waite deck. It was just so gorgeous. I opened it at Christmas time and there's this Rider-Waite deck, and he said, Mum, I looked at all these cards and decks and stuff in there, and I thought, geez, that one's so cool, and it's Italian, and look at the artwork, it's really, really trippy, hey, you know. And so so bless him, he bought me the deck all over again. And so I packed away the original one, and now I use the deck that was gifted to me by my son. So that's really sweet. And then of recent times I've bought, and I made a video about it, I'll link it somewhere, I bought the Witches, Ask the Witch, I think it was. That's a new to me deck. And then this week, tarot deck. And then this week, and what I wanted to share with you today is I finally got the Crow Tarot. Now, my girlfriend, who was also discovering the witchy path around the same time as me, she got this deck and she did a reading for me, a big, you know, multiple card reading. It was a lot of fun, and we both agreed that we adored this deck. And so I went off to buy it, but she had actually bought the last one in Spellbox. And so I decided that I really wanted to buy it from Spellbox. So I kept waiting and waiting for them to get it in, but they didn't. So it's been a couple of years that I've sort of been lusting after this deck. So I ended up, because now I'm allowing myself to have more than one tarot deck, I ended up buying this online from somewhere, maybe Amazon. Anyway, it's gorgeous. It's such a beautiful deck. And I'll just show you some of the cards. Ace of Pentacles, they're all a bit jumbled here. 9 of Swords, can you see that? And Judgment. So yeah, so they are, it's a really, really beautiful pack. And I think the King of Wands. I'm getting distracted now, aren't I? It's sort of mixed media. Knight of Wands is beautiful, but I know that so many of you love crows and love ravens, and the artwork in this, look at that 4 of Pentacles, look at that crow hanging on there. It's really, really gorgeous. Anyway, I'm very excited. See, now I've started showing you the images like a true tarot junkie. I can't stop. I need to show them all to you. I'm really looking forward. Oh, that looks like Mordor, doesn't it? Huh. Oh, that's a nice one. Wow, I like the imagery in that too. I'm looking forward to working with this. I haven't worked with it yet. Poor sad 5 of Cups. Poor sad crow. Yeah, and so the other thing that I'm doing is, sorry about this, is still using my Rider-Waite cards, but using books from other tarot decks to help me understand and help me get different interpretations of the messages and different insights. So that's been really, really helpful too in my journey. So there you go. I've actually this morning been working on a new video. Really like the 8 of Swords. It's a card I find really, really interesting every time it comes up. yeah, I've been working on a new video and I'll be uploading that this afternoon. A new Cottage Diaries, a silent video. It's a long one, so you know, at the time of watching this, if you haven't seen it, then make yourself a cuppa and maybe even make yourself some popcorn because it's about, I don't know, it's about 27 minutes long. The tower. Is the tower on firm ground? Yeah, it seems to be. And that's oh, there's the star. Yeah, so I will put that. I'm really enjoying making silent vlogs and putting them onto this channel, and I want to make a heap more of them because I get so much pleasure from watching other people's silent vlogs, and I just find them a beautiful form of, that's kind of my card. I'm a Taurus, and this is the card that seems to always come up for me. It's not, doesn't follow me or anything, but it's one of those cards. And yeah, I get so much pleasure from watching other people, so I just, it's as a form of creative expression. Hello, I'm just making a video. I'll be there in 2 seconds. Okay, that's my partner. He's made something yummy for lunch. There we go. Because I'm going to see it through now, aren't I? Oh, love the Hermit. Love the Hermit. I don't know, there's something about this deck. It's just really moody. That's cool. So anyone out there, if you're looking for a really cool new tarot deck that sticks pretty much to the Rider-Waite imagery and just sort of bounces off that very beautifully, then I reckon you'll probably dig this. Now, I can't say what the book's like. I hope the book is, you know, I don't imagine the book will be as good as the images. That's just not possible for a little tiny booklet. Listen to that fish. Talk to the fish. Yeah, I don't know what the book's like, but I haven't read it yet, or haven't even delved into it, but it's only a little booklet. Oh no, there's quite, there's a page per card, so hopefully it's well written. That's what I was talking about in that other video, about how I really like a book that's well written and feels like it's well researched and feels like there's been some care put into it. But yeah, so that's the Crow Tarot that I just wanted to share with you quickly today. And I will have some lunch now, and then I will upload my new Cottage Diaries vlog. And warning, warning, make a cuppa and some popcorn if you're going to watch that after this one. All right, loads of love. It's absolutely freezing here today. That's why I've still got my jacket on. All right, I'll see you later. Bye.